Hello. We're going to have a little lesson here on unit, fraction, word problems. So if you would please copy down whatever I'm writing and follow along with me. I'm going to do two problems, and they're involving division of unit fractions and whole numbers. And so I'm going to use visual models, and I'm going to use an equation as well. So the first problem, problem number one, I'm going to write kind of small here, and I'm going to abbreviate some of this. A moving company, I'll abbreviate company CO, had 1/7 of a ton of weight to move. Okay, and I'll put a little bullet here. They wanted to split, here we have the division, they wanted to split the weight, we'll say it, among 8 trips. So our question is, how much weight was moved on each trip? Okay, here we go. There's a question. So we know a few things. We know that we have a 1/7 of a ton. So I'm going to draw a ton, and we've already gone over how to use visual models. So we have to draw 1/7. So I'm going to start right here, and sevenths are kind of difficult to divide unless you use the following method. So draw a line and mark it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't worry about that extra part. And we know that we're going to split it into 8 trips. So I'm going to, just along the side, draw a line. Draw it along as far as I want to. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide that into 8. I'm actually going to write over here. Divide into 8. Here I have 1/7, so it's showing me sevenths. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That worked out perfectly. If it would have been longer, no problem. So I'm going to make my rectangle. And so now I'm going to divide this first into sevenths. And I'm just going to eyeball these and bring these down. Don't worry if they're completely straight. Try to make them parallel if you can. But the idea is that you have 7 parts, and I'm going to just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It doesn't matter which one you actually designate, but I'm going to say that this is a ton. This whole diagram represents 1 ton. So, and if you remember what a ton is, that's actually 2,000 pounds. Okay. And there is something called a metric ton. We're not going to get into that, but this is in standard measurement. So we have a ton here, 2,000 pounds. And we're dividing it into 8 trips. So now I'm going to just take this, I'm going to divide it. Now I divided it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. And I wanted to know how much was moved on each trip. So I'll just take any one trip. It doesn't matter which one. I'll take this one right here. And I'm just going to use this cross-hatching method again. Careful to go the other direction, so that way the area that I'm looking for is cross-hatched with 2 lines going opposite directions. And there we have our answers actually right here. So on each trip, there's our 1/7, and there's 1/8 of 1/7. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 1/7 divided by 8. And as you get more familiar with these, there's actually a few different ways to solve these that you'll see these solved, but this is just one way. So we know that we can now take 1/7. We can change this division sign to a multiplication sign. We can take this 8, put a 1 underneath there, use the reciprocal. Now it's just a matter of multiplying. And if we have 7 boxes on one side, 8 in the other, 7 times 8 is going to be 56. So the answer is going to be 1/56 ton. Okay, and that's our first unit fraction word problem. I'm going to stop it right there.